Alright, hi again everybody, this is Sucrose, back to play some more Cuphead. Been looking forward to this. I quite enjoy it so far. And so last time we got through a handful of bosses. Looks like a quarter of the way through the game. And take a look at what's next. Alright, I was thinking this is the only thing I remember that we haven't looked at.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man.
Does that mean we can't go back?
'Cause you ain't done.
Not sure if we got all the coins. I don't trust this fella. As opposed to trusting the devil and the king dice. Okay. So these two may become heroes. This is adorable. Alright. So I haven't played since the last game, so I may be a little rusty. Okay, the ducks apparently hurt you. Oh, you can hurt them. I see, okay. So maybe we could get him to drop a bomb on this fella. Oh my goodness. Oh, it looks like his nose is pink. I wonder what parrying his nose would do.
A great slam and then stop. You're up.
So I think last time the stream turned into more of a analytical sort of thing than maybe calm or peaceful, although, you know, still relatively peaceful. Oops. Well, I parried it. I'm not sure if that did anything.
A brawl is surely brewing.
But that's okay. You know, I think the idea of being objective and I don't want to say detached, that seems too cold, but I think it's an important component both of science and of being peaceful, of being accepting of your circumstance. Boy, the dash is super important for this. Alright, well, since we're on a new island, let's check out one of the other bosses. Maybe we'll come back to this guy after we've upgraded some stuff. Well, there we go. That's what I've been talking about. It's part of this game to have failed, and the designers knew it. And actually put in that in just for the purpose of telling you how many times you failed. Seems like maybe that'll open up.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin!
Huh, what's the purpose of the little blue thing you can't shoot?
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go!
Just kind of hoping to fight each little layer. Oh dear. Expected him to keep going in the large circles.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up!
Okay, so we've got another little random fight like the Zodiac one before. She's pretty mad at us. I think it's interesting. I'll have to practice the parrying somehow, but that they'd put the little fellow on the ground that you'd parry because you can only parry by jumping first. I mean, I guess that's part of the difficulty. Oh dear, haven't seen this one. Some kind of a buttered waffle, I think. I've not mastered the parrying timing, for sure. I was thinking about, part of the problem is the way they introduce parrying in the tutorial and the little mausoleum. The enemies don't hurt you, and so you don't actually have to time it the way that you do when you fight normal enemies. And I think that's I think that could have been done better. Okay. Oh. Keep forgetting about the jelly beans coming out of the right. But I think we can do this. Seems like each of these, you just kind of have to be patient. It's not so twitch as some of the, like the plant boss from last time. Just, I guess the jelly beans don't come out to the second fight. Oops. Here's a new one. Oh, and now the Lady Bonbon is taking part. Oh dear. This is fantastic. Makes me think a little bit of Adventure Time. Using your ult, your, I can't remember what it's called, your super, gives you just a few frames of invulnerability. That's something that seems useful. I think the game gives you enough little things like that that I bet it can crank the difficulty up quite a ways before it becomes ridiculous. Of course, some people might say it's ridiculous already. Not sure what I think about having the random enemies, because it seems like if certain ones are difficult, you just have to wait until you get an easy sort of session. And, you know, I'm not sure what I think about that. I assume they did it to make the bosses not so repetitive, because as the man in the lake has already told me, we've played 45 different times, but you can't kill the head. She has 2 heads. How lucky.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
I'm glad that his body doesn't hurt you on the way out. Same true for the waffle. There's a couple of games that, like Lama Lana, one of my favorite, absolute favorite Metroidvania games. If you haven't played it, just go check it out right now. I mean, don't even watch this. But in Lama Lana, there's a boss where after you kill or appear to kill the boss, he falls down, and his corpse can kill you. And so you're excited because you finally killed this incredibly difficult boss. So you put the controller down and you're all excited, and he still gets you. I'm not sure what I think about that either, but it's for sure interesting. Whoa! I wonder if that pink peppermint is meant to be pink.
This match will get
I was talking with a friend about the colors, and you know, I think I have a hard time distinguishing between purple and pink. And the castle's pink over there, but you can't parry that, I assume. Oh. You'd think they'd really want to be crystal clear if color is going to be the only cue. You know, they'd key out pink and make sure that pink isn't used for anything but for parry opportunities. I'm not sure about that. You know, it's a questionable decision. Maybe most people are better at colors, but I think there's enough people who are colorblind, or at least just not. You know, I think it's a skill actually to be able to discern colors in a lot of cases. You should probably try parrying those things. Who knows what it does? I think this is the hardest one for me, because he keeps I keep wanting to go on the right, and of course the jelly beans get me, and I just have to learn to remember. Just like everything else in this game, it's something you can get better at. Boy, this head is... well, I parried it. All you do is jump off of it. I think I had expected that the parry mechanic was going to be more useful. There's a few things, places in the game where, even so far, the lever, for example, on the slot machine. Oh, this one is tough. And the plants, the little baby plants in the plant boss, where the pink seeds, you could parry them to get rid of them before they turn into enemies. I think I thought that more of the parry stuff would be like that, where it had a tangible effect, as opposed to just you can avoid getting hit. Considering how difficult it's been for me at least, to parry, you know, I guess I would have expected a bigger payoff. But that's okay. I mean, you know, I'm thinking about all these different little critiques and just different ways maybe that I would have made decisions. But in the end, this thing is a beast that is presented to us, and we have to deal with the situation as it is. I think I probably should have played it safe there and kept shooting. You do get a bit of invulnerability, but it's pretty small. But it's here's a great example of how the randomness affects things. Since we got this fella the first, we don't have jelly beans to worry about. And I'm probably not going to get hit. guess in a good way. In one way, it means if you struggle with the boss, if you wait long enough, you might get a lucky pattern. Should have known that was going to come, since it goes off in all the directions. It was a bit of overkill, but it's okay. I think we figured out the sort of what it takes here. So just have to keep it up. We're getting close though. One of the next few times, I think.
Brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
I guess I should have. I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay, maybe wait and jump. I like that these things don't seem to speed up as you as they lose life, and so it's more about learning the pattern.
Now go.
Don't quite understand what the little blue thing is. I mean, I guess it's just a smaller jawbreaker. I mean, it's certainly there to make things more difficult, but we probably should have saved that because it's easier at the beginning, and so there's no reason to push her into the head throwing thing quicker.
It's on.
In a game of mini bosses, this one is almost like a bunch of mini bosses. I guess the whole game's been that way, with the potato and carrot and oops. For some reason, I always think it's 4 instead of not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So see, we can get in these shots, and then only when the head comes do we have to worry about the ult. Wonder why the head disappears if it just comes right back. Oops. There we go. All the times we played it, and then once you can do it, it only takes less than two minutes. All right. So he was talking about flying, I suppose. Oops. So I think the last time we did this, it was a run and gun. I assume. Yeah, here we go. So we'll try to count the coins.
Now go.
It looks like the magicians in. Oh, that is adorable. In Super Mario Brothers. In Super Mario Brothers World, I guess. Oh my goodness, it's the music from Super Mario. It's the athlete's rag. Or at least it sounded an awful lot like it.
And begin.
Let's see how it goes. Not really here. Now he's got teeth. Does that mean he can actually hurt me? Maybe I shouldn't shoot them. Here it reminds me of the theme when you... generally, I think vertical stages, climbing... Oh, nice. It's a little reminiscent of a turtle shell, I have to say. I'm not sure if any of this was intentional, but... Oh, here we go. This is a good place to practice. I often hit it too early, and I often hit it too late. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, that's nice. I would have bet money that that would have been an instant death. But they know that they know they're gonna get you later. I kind of want to just test and see if it can hurt me, but we'll probably find out. Oops. I'm kind of surprised there's two difficulty levels. It seems when you select a stage. I think easy and normal. I'm surprised there's not a hard or one life, maybe Iron Man level. And I'm sure people are gonna set that as a goal for themselves to beat the game without taking a hit. Gonna kill the cannons. Maybe that's what that was. Oh, they speed up. Just about got it. No, even one shot sets them off. Did not realize that. They look so earnest. Right here is the part that makes me think. I guess it's just maybe a rag staple, but it's certainly has to set a lot of people's memories off. Whoops.
And begin.
They always taunt the little messages. Boy, I can only imagine how rage-inducing this game must be in the wrong mindset. I was thinking about, because I've never done this before. I play games and yell and cuss and throw a fit. I was thinking about when I was a kid and playing Mario and how my friends and I would throw the controllers and all that kind of stuff. Oh, little mini boss maybe? Looks like we're hitting him. Oh dear. Alright, well, now we know that he attacks from above. It's a tricky little thing. Glad the balloons don't follow the whole stage. Boy, they really have a lot of opportunities if they want to release extra hard mode. I guess I should... It's kind of the place in which I should parry. I think I take a lot of hits during that section. Oh, it looks like he can't hurt me. Okay. He's got teeth, though. But you know, a lot of people have teeth, and a lot of people are nice, so... Definitely haven't been counting coins. I assume it tells you at the end. But I did not notice on our first run income, so we may have lost some We may have definitely lost some coins. Maybe we should check. Or at least go back to that shop after this round, since we'll have a little cash. I think that dash tonic is super powerful, which makes you invulnerable when you dash. So that's 2 coins. Okay, so let's focus on this a bit. So we can shoot these down so that we don't have to worry about them. We can't make that jump easily, and when the balls come, we knock the thing. Okay, maybe it's better just to move quickly, or maybe not. I like the magician, but they don't really use him very effectively. I mean, I guess they're just, maybe they're just teaching about him and they're going to use him more later, but he's very easy to avoid. Right, much better. Nope. So that's at least 3. Oh, I love the bearded woman at the end there. All right, so he's gonna drop a bomb. Oh dear. It's shooting range. Oh, I see. He's got a gun. I was thinking about maybe streaming some Coleco games. It's the first system I played, ColecoVision, and there was a game, I think it was called Carnival, where you'd shoot targets. Am I hitting? Yes. I think the hits could be more obvious, like a I don't know, red flashing, but the white is very subtle. Nachos? Snacks. Oops. Looks like mustard and ketchup. It's kind of almost a relaxing section. Wonder if we're gonna find out who's tossing condiments. Oh, Mr. Hot Dog. Hot dogs. So maybe I missed it. Oh, here we go. Gold coins. Nice. Oh, cool. There's a new shop, or maybe the same shop, so that you don't have to go back. Let's check that out after we go shopping. He's so creepy. Seems like he's got 2 sections, but I guess we haven't unlocked it. Ooh. I do, I do need help with my parrying. Seems like all the weapons have a disadvantage. So this is probably not a weapon. This is probably one of the oh, interesting. I can't remember what they're called. Let's try that. All right. So, charms, I think. We have to give up the smoke bomb. This is. Probably we should just get better at using parry instead of relying on that. But who knows? Haven't been using the spread very much. Let's give this a shot. I feel like I'm never going to give the pea shooter up. It's got it's fast, infinite range. It's kind of I don't think we've tried the pyramid either. Oh, another mausoleum. I guess that'll give us a super quadrisis. Considering how easy the first one is,
And begin.
I think it touched the vase.
Now go.
Maybe they'll just come faster. It's a pretty shade of pink. Oh. Kind of like that they can't hurt you. I mean, not from a didactic standpoint, but it makes it a little more about, you know, reaching them in time and not worrying about your health, which is a welcome change from the rest of the game. It's a shame we have to destroy the mausoleum. Okay, let's see. So, super. So this has been pretty useful in doing a lot of damage real quick. I don't know if I like the idea of invincibility when you're not actually attacking the enemy. Because this gives invincibility anyway. Let's stick with what we've got. Maybe if it said that it was long, I might be more tempted, but... so maybe a flying one.
This match will get red hot. And begin.
Oh. What do I think of that? Okay. Why has he been eating eggs? That seems unbird-like.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
Did his hands telegraph something? Is that what the bomb was because of the hands? Oh my goodness. Oh, they have nails. It's fantastic. Oh man, that backwards attack is gonna be difficult. I keep forgetting that it attacks from the left in some sense.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
It forces you to stay close to him. Oof. And when you're looking at where they're going to hit, then he's on his way to send another one out. Yeah, it's very, very tricky. And how was the pairing? Was it just... Oh, okay. Same, sort of the same. Maybe if we stay... I see. Okay. Since they come out at an angle, we can avoid them by staying in the back angle. And then... Okay. Like that. Whoa! And all it does is kill the bird, which I can shoot him. So what's the point? I feel like I'm missing something really big, and I can't even think of what it might be. Why would you parry when you can shoot him? Oh. He's all tuckered out. Okay, what is this going to entail? There's a... we could have parried that bullet, because I assume you can't shoot the bullet, but you can parry it, which makes sense, but parrying the bird just doesn't make sense to me. I'm honestly surprised that the nail birds don't drop bombs. They're really not much of a threat. But, you know, I think we have to celebrate the gifts we're given. Oops. So it looks like he goes in before he shoots. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Looks like something hit us from above. I'm not quite sure what. But that's the last stage.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
I think this one seems doable. Which is pretty good for this game. Seems like one of the great strategies of games like this is just to be patient. You want to go in and you want to get that extra hit. You think you can kill him faster or something like that. And if you're just patient and play it a little safe, it's often a better strategy. So like this is the what I'm talking about, where I want to get in there and wait, oops, until it closes up and get every bullet I can, but it's probably better just to wait.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
Are they all high-class bouts? I thought that the Baroness was a high-class bout because she was a Baroness. But this is a bird in a house. I would assume, that does more damage, but it's awful slow. When you can't see the numbers, you just have to hope that the developers balanced it properly so that it's advantageous to use the more difficult weapon. And you never know with that kind of thing. I wonder if that hits him through splash damage, or if it's wasted. Keep thinking that I'm going to dash instead of shrink, which is wrong. But I think we've got this. It's always, I think, the thing that keeps me coming back to games like this is this feeling, when we started this fight, I thought the eggs were incredibly difficult. And now that I've come up with a strategy for staying in the corner, it seems unlikely that I'll get hit. And I think that's the kind of progress that you can see. It's tangible. It's empowering in a sense. It is proof that you are building a model either of the game or maybe even of the developer's intentions. I would imagine in a lot of these situations the developer thought, okay, here's an interesting move. We'll have the eggs shatter on the left. And they played it and it was difficult, and maybe they came up with this strategy. And they said, okay, well, since that strategy exists, it's not that hard. And so they leave it in. If you just figure those kinds of things out, you've got what you need. All right, one more stage. Oh, we can't kill the chickens. I see. Okay, well. Oh, little Dr. Mario action over here. Okay. Pretty close.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Right. Whoops. That time I was scared of the pink bird and didn't get out of the range of the egg. So much for not getting hit. I think we're too far down to hit him. So we still regularly take hits on this fella. I think we have to really be prepared to sacrifice shots to get to the right part of the screen. And I've been too aggressive, I think, before. Whoops. We'll get it.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Oh, does the house actually not take damage? Oh, interesting. I wasn't paying attention to the fight. But it looks like the house itself doesn't take damage. Just his head. Which probably isn't a very useful fact, but you know, it's there, just in case. I think I need to be more vigilant about killing the birds who have nails in their heads. So yeah, we have to stay above the middle, I think, to get hits on. Okay. Being able to choose where you use your ultimate charge also gives you a little lever to pull when a certain stage is too difficult, a certain phase, I guess. All right, so we're gonna drop bombs on this fella. The heart shoots bullets, just like real hearts.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
I heard him shoot, but I didn't see a bullet. Alright, let's see if we can get him this time. There we go. He's been through a lot. Oh dear. Are they going to eat him? Birds eating birds. It's a tough world out there. Weren't we already over here? Yeah. Alright, well. So shop, you don't get coins from bosses, it looks like. So I think... Oh yeah, we haven't tried this. Jimmy the Great.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
Nope, I bet his cloud does damage. It just gets rid of him. I can't help but find that a little disappointing. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is this makes me think of the Game Boy Mario, where it's sort of an Egyptian kind of thing, and I think there's a boss or a section just like this. It's probably a thing that's been done many times, but. Oh, we can kill them. That's nice. Oops. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, it's me! It's a marionette of me. Which the liking is quite fetching. Likeness. What do we have to hit? Just his face. I think we just hit his face. I was trying to hit the hat.
Red hot. Now go.
Oh, the smoke is a likeness of me as well. Scared cats. Oops. Okay, they go small, big, small, big, small, big. The oscillations. Is that a pink ghost? I can't tell. Is he pink? I don't think so. They start pink, but they stop being pink. At least that's what it looks like to
A
me.
grand slam and then some. It's on.
But honestly, I think I'm almost to the point where I've given up on the pink stuff. It just doesn't seem very useful. Like, sure, there was a pink gem, and I could parry it, but I bet it would just go away. I think what I like most about this game is the historical accuracy, and you know, this is what they put into sarcophaguses, sarcophagi, back in the day. These red slug creatures were, you know, what humans looked like at the time. So I just walked right into it.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
Mm. So touching the faces hurts me. I wonder if touching the stone itself does. Well, touching the razor blade certainly does. But yeah, I still see that they appear to glow pink when they just come out, and then they stop glowing pink, and I find that very confusing. Why? Why do they glow pink when pink is an indicator? Save the... well, maybe not. I think We had a bit of luck that first time.
And begin.
It's a pretty adorable little fella. He's got lamps for slippers, which is a man after my own heart. Oop, a little too close. Alright, so Pinocchio's got the little gun. We have to avoid the hat, I think. It's not so bad. Oh, the second gun is a little tricky. Okay. So now we've got the super for this last phase, which I guess is a good strategy. Okay. Nice. Oh, it still took damage afterwards. Oh dear. What would happen if we had died? It's something to think about for the next boss. So we used our super meter when it was at the top, but we only got 5 out of 6. I don't understand these still. It's a good thing we don't need to beat the bosses. And I think we've been in here. This is the shop, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So first boss we tried today, I think, is the last one we can access. So let's give it another shot.
A great slam and then shot. It's on.
Ooh, he's a little bit wide to dash through him. Not quite sure what killed me. I guess it was a balloon doll.
A great slam and then shot. And begin.
So he kind of does that a random number of times, and then he rears back. So that's a lot easier now. I wonder if we just took damage because we went off the screen for too long. Oh my goodness. Hmm. That's just a lot of noise. Oh dear. That super seems to hurt us as much as it helps us. At least with the non-airplanes. Oh dear. Oh yeah, this is much better
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
than the first time we played. I think we just needed to get warmed up a bit. He is so earnest. Oh yeah, this one's tricky. Did that do something? It made a noise. The color of the donkey or horse, maybe I think indicates how he attacks. He's a horse. Okay, good to know. Oh yeah, from a merry-go-round,
Okay,
right?
for a swell battle. You're up.
Donkeys really don't get a fair shot when it comes to amusement park rides. I sort of thought the fire was actually to hurt him, but this game doesn't seem like that kind of shooter, platformer. You know, where you'd knock the fire into him. Okay, all right. All right, so green does the bouncy thing, and that does the straight across. And he has horns. I can't. Did his body? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to test, and so I jumped up into it. His body hurts. I've been playing a game called Cave Blazers, which has bosses, and the bosses don't seem to hurt you with their body, which I think is it's almost it seems like in most games it does, and so it was actually quite surprising, and it gives you all sorts of different strategies that you wouldn't otherwise have. To be able to touch the enemies, or at least the bosses, as long as you don't touch their bullets or their pincers. It's so uncommon in games. It is kind of funny when you think about why would touching a turtle hurt you as opposed to being bitten by a turtle, that kind of thing. Oh dear. painted ourselves into a corner on that one. Alright. Ah, we hit the spikes. A cup that falls off a swing, a tumbler.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Well, aren't you cheeky? Did the balloon animals think of the cup? Quite the gob let down.
Good day for a swell battle. You're up.
Okay. I mean, I guess. Spikes at the back too. Looks like you can adjust their angle by being where you want them to attack to when they appear. Oh, I've that's multiple times I've let myself get put in that corner, and nobody puts Cuphead into a corner. I think the jokes are having an effect on me. Like this one isn't even. I mean, I guess
A great slam and
he's just
it's on.
not very funny. He's a clown who's not very funny, which is really sad when you think about it. You know, it's. I think it's a existential commentary by the developers. What is a clown who can't make people laugh? What's left? I have a lot of trouble with the roller coaster.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
It really limits your timing. But I could probably fix it just by, being a little more aggressive with it, making sure I get on it in time and stay to the right. Well, I think it's a good strategy regardless.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
It's a good thing it only takes one hit to make the ducks sort of knocked out. Oops. He faked me out. Nope. Dashed into the horse's body. This is tricky.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
I hope at the end it's not like Mega Man. And they make you beat all the bosses in succession with the same amount of life. Mm. Gosh darn. They move just fast enough that it's difficult to walk away from them
A brawl is
on the
shortly
roller coaster.
You're up.
It's definitely that third stage that I'm having the most difficulty with, although this one is no cakewalk. Mm. I wonder if we should get... Well, it's usually there's the roller coaster and you can't even
It's on.
think too much, but maybe when there's no roller coaster it's better to get under him. Alright. We've done that so many times.
Good day for a swell battle. You're up.
When he's on the left, we need to be careful, because I think the roller coaster always goes right to left. It's a little hard to tell where the hitboxes are on the balloon dogs. Sometimes they seem very forgiving, and sometimes they don't. Alright, so he's on the left. Okay. Okay. Very good. Now the roller coaster's coming back, and whoop, get under him. Okay. Um, oh, was he not oh dear, we wasted it. He wasn't damageable. Oh, I forgot about this fella. Ah, well. We know. Okay. All right. All right. I think we've learned
Here's a real high-class bout.
quite a bit,
It's on.
and we've just about got it. So we can reliably get to the horse part, and I think we've figured out some techniques. This is actually maybe the toughest part now. I was kind of hoping that you only take damage when you hit the body, and maybe that's somewhat true, because it seems like you can go through his head, but maybe not his legs.
A great slam and then stop. Now go.
Oh well. So yeah, depending on where you finish this up, you get to the horses, and you might have a roller coaster, you might not, which is interesting.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Too often I think I can walk under them when I really should be dashing. All right,
Good day for us. Well
just
done.
gonna try to
It's on.
focus. Oh, we missed him. I don't know what to do to make this part easier. I mean, the balloons are bad enough on their own, but when the roller coaster gets involved, I often can't seem to dodge things. I guess I really should be using the combos because it's difficult for me. And then sometimes, I mean, I know that I could be parrying some of the dogs to get that jump that I need, but it's not always a parryable dog that is the one I'm about to hit. So it doesn't really seem like a great strategy for the long term. So he does it twice.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Just got to keep in mind all the stuff we've learned and put it together. Maybe with a little bit of luck on that second stage. Wow, bounced quite high. Oh dear. I think we were actually safe. We didn't need to move at all. Maybe, yeah. All right, merry-go-round. I think is the last stage, and we've only played it a couple times. But seems like staying up is good until the green things pop out. And maybe let them. Oh dear. I bet that was quite close. All right.
This match will get red hot.
Just got to get through the dog stage. Okay, and then keep a cool head in this one. I think the Penguins are throwing the baseballs. I'm not quite sure, but I think they're actually the ones where the baseballs are coming from. So I sort of thought that the baseballs were coming from the clown thing. So that might help me avoid them.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
I think that there's 4 hoses. At least. Oh, 5. Oh dear. I thought that there were 2 hoses. I mean, I don't think that's why I've been doing so poorly, but I really thought they only spawned in 2 places. Don't know how I missed that. But you know, people make mistakes. And I am no exception. Nice timing with the train, though. It's gone by the time. Well, I wonder if I should just dodge the baseballs. Ooh, maybe not. As far as I can remember, you always get that car of death after the Penguins. So we should just get back on the things, no matter what we do with them. I was trying to save my charge for after the first round of Penguins, but we didn't quite make it. Well, we're definitely getting back to this phase more reliably, but not with a whole lot of health. So train car, Penguins train car is going to be my assumption. At least they don't bounce, Jesus. Oh. There we go. Ooh, that was a tough one. I'm glad we put that off. And then it takes less than 2 minutes to do it. It's amazing. Beppy, the clown who wasn't funny. All right, I think that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and we will probably continue this in a couple of days. All right, thanks a lot.